Hello, breadfiesta here, and I am ranking every single anime theme that I have ever seen. In the first part, we determined that what I was doing was art, and good news, it is. Okay, so I just released part 1 earlier today to universal acclaim. Critics are saying that my video is transforming the entire field of highly personalized, obsessive tier list content. So that's really great to hear. We're getting 5 out of 5 star reviews from everybody. So that's great. Here's where the tier list, the ranking, I suppose. It wasn't originally intended to be a tier list. I figured that would just sort of sort itself out as we sorted through all of our things. Here's where the rankings currently stand. And if we zoom in, we can actually see them. So we've got the first theme of Frieren Yusha by Yoasobi as our leading frontrunner that will probably be there for quite some time, if not for the entirety of this project. And at the bottom, we have the main title theme from Robotech. Not Macross, but Robotech, which will also likely stay at the bottom for the entirety of this project. A project that very likely will take me an entire calendar day to record and much, much longer to edit, because I first recorded the first part on the 20th, and then I sat on it for a week because I just got in my head of just like, oh, this is going to take a long time to edit, and so I put it off, and then I ended up just doing it in a single evening. So this is a dance routine that I know quite well. Was one of the banes of my time in grad school, was kind of falling back to this familiar routine. But you do what you do, you know what you know, and what I know is how to procrastinate something that doesn't take very long. So that's where we're at. I have here my kind of stacks of where we left off with the opening themes. We left off with Jing, King of Bandits. I also brought up the ending themes. So now I've kind of got like 2 different decks to draw from. I'm going to stick with the opening themes today, I think. So, but I'll leave them there. But we've got options. So if I want to switch it up, I have the ability to do so. As mentioned, this wasn't intended to be like a tier list, but it is. I guess in the back of my mind, maybe it was intended to be. So we've got 6 tiers here. We've got the Frieren tier of, the top of the list. And there's also, when you see like these guidelines popping up here, there's an accessibility feature in Windows where if you hit the control key, it creates like a circle around the cursor. I use this a lot when I'm teaching or doing training sessions online to kind of help highlight, things for people to pay attention to. OBS does not capture that circle when you're using window capture mode. It works if you're doing display capture, but not with window capture. And I found a forum post from just the most delightful people where they just dismissively say that it's not supported in window capture mode, and they just sort of leave it there. So it would be super useful, so I don't have to capture my whole display desktop, so you can see me switching back and forth to YouTube, because that would create a whole other level of copyright issues, which I'm totally skirting. Or rather, I'm just sort of like laying onto the shoulders of other braver, smaller YouTube accounts that have likely been vacant for many years, unattended to, unoccupied, however you want to phrase that. But that's that, and this is this. So what this is we're going to start ranking things. Oh, right, 6 tiers. So we've got the Frieren tier up at the top. We have this next tier, which are the other top tier songs, starting with Zero from Minami Kuribayashi from The Devil is a Part-Timer Season 1. We've also got the Gurren Lagann theme, Sora Iro Days. We've got Puzzle from Welcome to the NHK here in this third tier, as well as the second opening theme from Yona of the Dawn, which was Akatsuki no Hana, which does not stand for red flower, but like flower of the red night, or red moon, maybe. Yeah, Akatsuki. Aka, red, Tsuki, moon. Yeah, flower of the red moon, sure. Here we have Sister's Noise in the fourth tier, as well as DMC by Rundgren, which was that goth metal butt rock instrumental song that was kind of alright. Also, in the fifth tier, we have another Railgun song, Only My Railgun by Flipside. And then the second opening theme for Devil's a Part-Timer, which is something. And then, no, it's With, also by Minami Kuribayashi, who has appeared multiple times on this list. I believe 4 times already. And yeah, all over the place on the list. And in the bottom tier, at the top here, the top of the bottom is Happy Material by all of the women of Negima, women who are voice actors in the show Negima. We had a fun karaoke session at the end of part 1 to Raveolution, the theme for the English dub of Rave Master, which was sung by the band Real Big Fish, which I did not know. So that's fun. So that's, again, where our tier list stands currently, or where our rankings stand currently. And I'm going to turn on the guides again because that'll just make this whole process easier. We are going to start off today's part with, could not edit the layer because, yes, I know that the layer is locked. I'm trying to unlock it. Thank you. The first theme song of Jing, King of Bandits. Let's go ahead and look that up here. So Jing, King of Bandits. We watched this one. This was another one we watched in Anime Club. I want to say this was one of our Sunday series because Anime Club met twice a week, Wednesdays and Sundays. Shocking that any of us got any homework done ever, which frequently maybe I didn't. But okay, the opening theme is called Shout It Loud by Scudelia Electro, and just reading the name of the song, it has started to come back to me. I kind of remember a little bit of it. O Torobo Jing is how you would pronounce that in Japanese. All right, let's do a search here on the YouTube. Jing, King of Bandits, OP, creditless. Great. Okay, we've got King of Bandit Jing opening from 19 years ago. Yep, this is perfect. This is exactly what I want. This is great. Now I will watch this. I will also turn off YouTube's automatic radio playlist nonsense because YouTube just loves features that nobody asked for. Okay. I will be listening to this. You will be listening to various sounds from Car Mechanic Simulator. Or you can pause the video here and click on the links in the description to see a makeshift playlist, since sometimes we have to go to other sites outside of YouTube. And you can listen along with yourself, then come back and hear my commentary on it. It's a fun multimedia experience. All right, here we go. 2002, this anime. Not when I watched it, obviously. It would have been 2008 or 2009 or maybe even 2010, or maybe all three. It looks a little bit... I would not have guessed 2002, actually. I think I would have guessed a few years later. I like the shout it loud part of the song. Shout it loud. Okay, shout it loud. This is just like a straight J-rock song. I think that's probably why I would think that it's later. Not just because of the visuals, because the visuals do... The theme tells you nothing about the series. It's literally just Jing standing around. And the bird. He made a pose there, I suppose. So, like, the video was, like, yeah, sure, whatever. But the song itself was really good. I think, yeah, I don't know. I want to think of the song as, like, a little bit later in the 2000s. So that's probably where I'm getting confused. But yeah, spring 2002. How about that? Okay. I enjoyed that. This has been the terminology I've been using. Do I enjoy listening to the song? I do. All right. Let's start. Is it top? No, it's not going to be top tier. The tier I was immediately going to is like, is it better than Only My Railgun? Do I enjoy listening to it more than Only My Railgun? And I do. Do I enjoy listening to it more than Sister's Noise? I don't think I do. I think it belongs in this tier. And I'm going to have to listen to, first off, let's pull up my notepad here, which is, for your convenience, also copied into that Google Doc, linked in the description. Just say that a few times at the start of this video. Let's see here. I need to copy this. This is Jing OP1. There we go. Let's do a quick refresher of some of these songs. Like, let's get me the first 5 seconds of Death Note opening 1. Yeah, okay. To be completely honest, like, Sister's Noise I remember well enough, but hearing that, I honestly want to put Shout It Loud here. Above that first theme of Death Note, which is, of course, we remember what it's called. It is called The World by Nightmare. Thank you, my anime list. Anyway, that is where I want to put Jing King the Bandits, I think. Because this one was... Moribito was the L'Arc-en-Ciel song. So we're getting a bunch of, like, rock in this tier, and then also Sister's Noise. We might switch up where Sister's Noise is placed then, but I think this is where I want to put it. Okay, great. Good job, me. Next one we have... Oh, we've got a bunch of good ones all in a row here. I'm very excited. The first one is Yuyushiki. Yuyushiki is one of my top 10 anime. I like to go back every once in a while and just watch through all of my top 10 to make sure that that's where they belong. I've been doing this exercise ever since, and I found, like, when I was looking for some old music files in my archives on my, like, external hard drive, which, next layer of the tangent, I probably need to replace because it's getting, I believe it's over a decade old at this point, so just for sake of technology that just doesn't last as long as I really want it to. So I probably should just replace it just for safety's sake. But I did find, like, an old attempt, back when I had only watched, like, around 80 anime total, most of them from Club, and sorting them out into, 1 through 8, ranking them. Baka and Test was one, we'll get to that eventually on the list here, was one that was in my top 10, and a few years later, after I'd seen it, I looked back at my top 10 and was like, what is that doing there? That doesn't belong. So, a series I do enjoy, and I do enjoy the music of, but since then, I have tried to refresh and make sure that what's in my top 10 belongs in my top 10, and Yushiki absolutely does. So, Yushiki is a like a slice of life, like, comedy thing, but it doesn't try to be anything else. It doesn't give it, like, any other, like like extra gimmicks that sometimes like modern slice of life like to do. This is one aired in spring of 2013, and I think I watched it in 2014, so it was fairly new when I got around to it. The theme song is Seno, which means roughly "Let's Go." I believe it is sung by Minami Tsuda, Rumi Okubo, and Risa Taneda, who are the voice actresses for the three main characters of the show Yu Shiki OP. Creditless. Alright. Let's see. We've got Yushiki opening music with English sub from 12 years ago. Yushiki OP 1080p 60 FPS from 6 years ago. I don't think so. And then a different show entirely. Also, where the description says, opening from Shiki, upscaled and enhanced using AI. Yeah, okay, so those actually are our only options here. Good job, YouTube search. We're going to do the one from 12 years ago because obviously, even though it's got English subs, that's fine. Experiencing interruptions, find out why. No, thank you. Okay, let's listen. I love the whole OST, the whole soundtrack from this anime. This anime is just beautiful. I get it's not for everybody because the humor is very almost dry. Very eccentric. Yui is my favorite. Although I relate more to Yuzuko because she likes Yui as the favorite. It's such a light song. Like a little poppy. A little poppy. Sometimes I just feel like I don't have anything to say because I'm just enjoying it. I'm living in the moment. Like, yeah, it's very much like a light, not high tension, not high voltage. Light. It's a light J-pop song. I think I liked Yui's parts the best, but that's not what we're ranking here. We're ranking the song itself. Naturally, okay. It was, and okay, let's talk about the visuals too. The visuals were just them kind of chilling around, just hanging out, being goofy and fun and having a good time, and I like that. A little bit of like the roll call of the three main characters, but that's not a bad thing. Okay, is it better than Puzzle? Yes. So, is it on the free? Is it better than Zero? Arguably, is it on the tier of Yusha? Thank goodness the heat turned off. I don't like turning on the heat because I don't like spending money, but sometimes it's just uncomfortable. Okay, let's inch through the list here. Is it better than Sora Iro Days from Gurren Lagann? I think so. Is it better than the opening theme to Yona? Akatsuki no Yona. yeah, I think I would enjoy listening to it more. I did enjoy listening to the song, and make that clear. How about Shauna? I think Here is good. It's True Blue Traveler and Eternal Reality. These are all strong. Yeah, this is good. This is, I think it's comparable. Like, these kind of 4 are all comparable. So if this is like my top 3 are Freer End, Devil is a Part-Timer, and then these 4 all tied, I think that works. That works for me, at least. So, okay. Next one on the list is Dream Eater Mary, Yumekui Mary. This is, I don't think a lot of people have seen this series, because I don't think it, well, there's obviously like so many different anime now. This was winter 2011. I would have watched this also in 2014. That was, again, that period where I was watching the most anime. I remember watching it. I think I watched this one at home, but I probably also watched it at work because I didn't care. The theme song, well, it was like an okay anime. I really like the character. I really like Mary's design, Mary Nightmare. Very much like early 2010s sort of design, very similar to like Shauna, I think. Kind of similar premise to Shauna as well, I think. Daydream Syndrome. I already know the song. This is one that, let's see. I will search using the Japanese name Yumekui Mary OP credit list, not 4K. Alright, we've got one from 7 years ago, one from 14 years ago. I'm going to click the one from 14 years ago because the username is HaruhiFTW, and I like that. But I think both of these are probably fine. Okay. Like, I can already sort of recite the song in my head. It's got a heavier, that sort of like feedback noise at the beginning, the heavy guitar riff at the start. It's gonna remind me a lot of like the Black Cat theme, I think. The lead singer's got kind of like a folksy sound behind her voice. There's also these little like pauses where it sounds like it's radio noise or like recorded over a radio. Very dynamic, a lot of different poses for Mary. She's not just like standing around like Jing was, which I guess is fair. This is 10 years later. Here's a little bit of your like character roll call. Daydream. Very good song. The opening is almost a little narrative, like kind of following some of like what, you know, Mary's going through. So I enjoyed listening to that. This was Daydream Syndrome? Yeah. Oh, you know what I did not do is I didn't copy over the... Gotta be better at documentation. Yu Shiki OP. And then Dream Peter, Mary. Let's call that Mary. OP1. That's that link. And let's just go back and grab the... We don't need to listen to the Yushika one again, although I liked it. Just save the link. Great. Okay. Back to the tier list. Okay. Mary. Mary was absolutely better than Sister's Noise. Is it better than Puzzle? It might be. Is it better than Sort of Ito Days? I feel like this is where it belongs, but does it belong like here? Or does it belong here? This is the question. Is it on the same tier as all these songs? Yeah, it does. Perhaps the top tiers are going to be a little more, a little bigger, a little more heavily filled, but it's because I like to enjoy things, so works for me. All right, next four we've got are a certain magical index. Toaru Kagaku. No, that's not right. Toaru Majutsu no Index. Toaru Majutsu no Index, yeah. I have watched Index 1 and 2. I have not yet seen Index 3. Because I was watching it with a friend, my best friend, and we never got around to it. C'est la vie. Alright, Mami Kawada. I feel like that name came up last time. Mami Kawada. Let's see here. I guess we can just look up on YouTube. Or maybe we could do... On my anime list, is there any way for us to see Kawada? Yeah, here we go. Mami Kawada. What are you involved in? Oh, Shakugan no Shana. Yeah. Which one? Ishoku no Sora. The first song that I love so much. That makes sense. That's why we'd seen her before. Is she going to show up any more on my list here? Or is this going to be the last we're going to hear of her? It might be. Well, this first song is at least very, very good. Index is... When did the first one come out? Fall 2008. Wow. I have no track. I can't keep track of time anymore. Where do the years go? The past, I suppose. We watched it after college, so I want to say it was either 2013 or 2015. When did the second one come out? Because we watched them both in a row, 2010, so that doesn't help me. When did the third one come out? Just texting me. Third one came out in 2018. There was a lot of time in between those, huh? That explains why. So it was definitely before 2018 that we watched them. That's roughly then. I had watched Railgun before I watched Index. I don't believe they watched Railgun with me, so I think I just watched that one myself. But Index we watched together because she liked Accelerator. And Last Order, for that matter. But the both of them. It's fine. that again, that late 2000s, early 2010s, there's definitely a style of anime, and it's got that sort of like mini arc sort of format. Every 3 or 4 episodes, Toma ends up in the hospital for one reason or another, and it sort of resets. Not resets the whole story, but yeah. I also didn't really like the whole idea of spoilers for like the first episode, Toma losing his memory and then it having absolutely zero impact on the story whatsoever. That just seemed really stupid. I don't think it's a very good show, but it's fine. We're not again ranking the shows, we are ranking the songs. The first theme song is PSI Missing. PSI Missing, I once had to... Oh, though this would be a good way to judge when we watched it. There was one time when I was working the night shift at the help desk at my first job out of college. And I had to do like a project to enter in all of like it was at a university, so I was entering in all of like the spring... It would have been the spring terms class day. It would have been the spring terms like schedule into Outlook. It was incredibly stupid because the only people using it were us, so I don't know why we couldn't just reference it. But it took me an entire week, like nonstop, so it was like 40 hours straight to just create all these Outlook appointments for an entire university schedule. And there was one night where I just listened to this theme song pretty much straight for the whole 8 hours. That was fun. That was a good text message that I received. Okay. Index OP1 creditless. Let's see. We've got one from 4 years ago, which is 60 FPS. One from 14 years ago. That's perfect. And then this one from... Oh, this is Index 2. We'll need that one eventually. Well, okay. Do I want 14 years ago? This one is 1080p. And then this one from 15 years ago, which is creditless 720p. Do we really need that extra 360p? Let's take a look at the 720p one and see. It also has less views, so I kind of want to celebrate that. We'll go ahead and document index OP1. Here we go. All right, let's give it a listen. I like the visuals at the beginning there. It kind of gives you the idea that you're going to be watching something that's got sort of like a detective mystery, which is not accurate at all. But... And then kind of the glitches that suggest that there's something mysterious going on. I also like that... I want to say her name is Kuroki, appears before Misaka, even. All of Toma's various weird friends and acquaintances. How would I even describe like the genre of this music? I mean, it's pop, right? Oh, this move that like Accelerator does, it's very cool. And Toma's so not. Oh, I didn't realize they did the whole like, I want to say it was like an Evangelion pose with Index at the end there. That's a great song. I really enjoyed listening to that. It's, yeah, that similar sort of like, I want to say like a darker I'm using like light and dark, but not in the same way. Like light as in like it's a, when I describe like the Yushiki Seino, that's a lighter song as in like the energy is uplifting and you know, light. It's just the easygoing. You know, that's how I'm using that. And dark, not necessarily the opposite, but more just like a more somber, almost more serious, perhaps. Heavier, almost a little bit, but not. I don't know. Because that's not really the right antonym I'm looking for either. And okay. Well, we're going to rank all the index ones by themselves, and then we'll put them into the list, kind of like what we did with Railgun. So the first one, yeah, was PSI Missing by Mami Kawada. And the second one is also Mami Kawada, Masterpiece, which I also can recognize in my head already. Okay, and we've again got some options here because it also pulls up Index 2 OP2 HD credit list from, but we want Index 1 OP2 HD 1080 credit list from 14 years ago. Here we go. Let's see here. Copy that. It does the same thing at the beginning with kind of like the glitchy, like there's some sort of like shady mystery going on here. But this definitely has more of like a rock sort of sound to it. Even though it's not. Because there's no clear, it's all electronic instruments. It's more high tension, high energy than PSI Missing. A little more dynamic in terms of like the visuals also. Even if the first part is kind of goofy, but now we're getting into the action part where there's going to be fight scenes. There's Last Order. Mami Kawada's got such a nice voice. I don't remember that lady at all. How would we describe her music? She's a member of a trance group. Okay, here we go. Musical career. Genres. Rock, electronic rock, trance. Electronic rock, huh? I mean, I did say it was kind of rock-esque, so I guess I wasn't wrong. Is Masterpiece better than PSI Missing? Well, I enjoyed listening to it. Do I enjoy listening to it more? They're close, but I'm going to put PSI Missing ahead. Okay, that was good. Index 2 OP1 credit lists. Well, let's pull up the names here first. Because this is a sequel TV series. Oh, also Mami Kawada. Both of them are Mami Kawada. She just did... It's so kind of like how Flipside did all of Railgun's opening themes. Mami Kawada did all of the opening themes for Index. No buts. I do like this one. This is definitely... It's going to be even more like high tension. It's also got that... I mentioned it in the last part. You know, how songs started to... Well, not started to, but there were a lot of songs in this time that did the whole like sort of like pause where there was no music playing at all, like just sort of like a break in the music. Maybe that's the correct term. I don't know. This one's very clearly got like a guitar. So this is rock. This is electronic rock. That might be a drum machine rather than an actual drum, but I guess the same sort of motif with the glitches and glitchy openings. A million different characters that are all Misaka. I like the bridge of the song that like starts to build up. I really like that. It was this season they started to change some of the characters' outfits and designs. And I didn't really like that. Or maybe it was the second half of this season. But it was also the second half of the season where they decided to make Index an actual like part of the show. So yeah, that pause at the very end of the song I really like. Also a good reminder to turn down my headset because that was very loud. Well, now we're all comparing all from the same... I didn't realize I was going to be comparing all from the same musician. Is No Buts better than Masterpiece? Is it... One, did I enjoy it? Yes. Two, do I enjoy it more than Masterpiece? Yes. Do I enjoy it more than PSI Missing? They're close. I think let's leave it at that. And let's get... No, this is one I know there's two... Because there's the one... Index 2 OP2 credit list. The first one was No Buts. The second one is C Visions with a capital S at the end. Now, where did that last video that was in the whatever. This one's fine. Toaru Manjutsu no Index 2 OP2 HD credit list 13 years ago. Works for me. This one is way less... Before I let the song continue, let's find the right word here. I want to say way less... I want to say way less energy, way less energetic. It's a slower, like the tempo of the song is slower, although it does pick up after the bridge. It loses the sort of like rock aspect. It goes back to more of like a electronic style. It's more mellow, I guess, of a song at the start. Although again, at the bridge, it starts to pick up when it does more of like that, the character roll call that I've been calling it. Yeah, it's like the lighting changed for this part of the series. Or at least for the opening here. Everything seems to have like a lot more like contrast in it. Everything's sort of like faded out. The the nun characters have like their outfits got changed a little bit. Nobody's ever seen a car before. The colors are, I guess, muted. That's really what I'm getting at. But it's got that sort of like almost like uplifting sort of thing, even though all the visuals suggest like once it gets into the fight scene here, the fight scenes, like things seem really dire because there's like soldiers and war kind of going on, destruction and all this in the city. Like reminds me a little bit of that like Number 6, I think is what it's called. Yeah. I enjoyed listening to that. I thought it would rank higher. Am I okay with that? Am I okay with 1, 3, 2, 4? No. Am I okay with 1, 3, 4, 2? Yeah. Yeah, that's fine. Alright, now where do they go? The ultimate question. Well, maybe it'll be easiest to start with the best of them, which is PSI Missing. Is PSI Missing better than Puzzle? No. Is it better than Sister's Noise? Yeah, absolutely. Okay. So is it better than Akatsuki no... It's going to be this tier. Is it better than Akatsuki no Hana? Yeah. Is it better than Judge Light? Let's refresh myself right quick there. I just played the SpongeBob Battle for Bikini Bottom for the GameCube, which I guess is a game that I'd never beaten before. Okay, I've refreshed myself. Yes, it's better than Judge Light. Yeah, I always thought that my game was like bugged because there's a part in one of the last levels in the game where you have to drain a lake in the Flying Dutchman's graveyard. And I always thought like you press a button and it drains the lake, but it never did. Turns out there's an entirely other thing that you have to hit, which I apparently never knew. And so maybe this is the first time I've ever 100%ed the game. I don't know. The game's a little silly. This is the NaNoWriMo song. For Devil's Part-Timer Season 2 Part 2. That goes there. There's almost like a gap forming here. Like this might be a break in the tiers here. Did I accidentally do a free transform there? I did not. Great. Okay. All right. That feels good for PSI Missing. How about No Buts? Is it better than Sister's Noise? Yes. Is it better than Akatsuki no Hana? You know what? Honestly, we're going to put these next to each other. That feels about right. All right, this one was the one we just listened to, which was, of course, called C Vision S. C Vision S, C Visions. Is it better than Sister's Noise? That's tougher. Oh, I think it's another case where it's like here. Or is it here? Decisions. I think it's here. Now, I guess the ultimate question is it better than Judge Light? Because if I'm just going to put all the index themes right next to each other, then I kind of need to make that decision now, huh? Oh, it is. Ugh. I don't like it, but that's just how it is. And then the last one is, of course, Masterpiece. Masterpiece, definitely the weakest of the four. There's definitely a gap here. It's definitely not going right there. It's not going right there either. Okay, so is it better than Sister's Noise? No. Is it better than Shout It Loud? No. Is it better than The World by Nightmare? Oh, I don't remember what that sounds like already. How have I already forgotten? Yes, now I remember. I think it'll go here. Again, we'll put it above the Death Note song. Which has been that's the lowest that we've put any songs we've heard today. Such it is. So all three of the four index opening themes all going right next to each other, right next to a railgun theme. So that's what a consistently boring list. But it's such it is. Okay. I've already been recording for an hour, and I have gotten through, I feel like, way less songs than I did the last time. Yeah, I've gotten through 7 songs in an hour. That's not great. Let's pick up the pace, shall we? Okay, Crossing Time. Crossing Time is an anime. Don't zoom out. It's one of those anime where, like, all the episodes are they're not full, like, half-hour episodes. They're, like, less than 10 minutes, I'm pretty sure. So I think it was meant to be, like, you know, interspaced between other anime. Just kind of little short stories, essentially. But there was an opening theme to it. So, and I heard it, and I listened to it, and I watched it. It's probably one of the newer anime that I watched. Fumikiri Jikan is what it's called in Japan. Tomare no Susume. Tomare is stop. Susume is something. By Yuri Komagata. Alright. It's also a short, like, song because every episode is... Yeah, duration, 3 minutes per episode. So, of course, this, you know... the opening theme is not going to be nearly as long. Crossing Time OP creditless. That's not what that's going to be. Okay, let's use the Japanese name then. Fumikiri Jikan. OP creditless. Okay, this one appears to have the correct visuals. It just has a thumbnail for some reason, and it's our only option. So, well, that's not true. Well, this is strange. There are 2 from 7 years ago. One of them is 30 seconds long. One of them is 50 seconds long. What's the longer one? I see. This longer one has like a custom like end slate to it. Not what we're looking for, so we're going to do the shorter one that's just the song. Crossing Time OP. Save. Okay. It's a little like poppy rock. Very high energy. The visuals are all just like watercolor paint. I think it's watercolor. Just watercolor paintings of train crossings. It's just a short little half a minute. Blares a song at you and shows you some pretty looking images. That's all that is. It doesn't wow me. Doesn't. Yeah. Did I enjoy it? Yeah, sure. Okay. I kind of want to start here. Did I enjoy it more than Happy Material? I guess so. Did I enjoy it more than With by Minami Kuribayashi? Refresh me on what that sounds like real quick here. Copy. Paste. Oh yeah, that's right. This is a serviceable song. Here's fine. Nothing more to say about it. It's okay. This next one I'm excited to listen to. Like, on my anime list, when I'm ranking like the actual shows, I've always used Read or Die as like the median. Like, obviously every anime is either better or worse than every other anime on your list, in terms of your own personal feelings and rankings of them. But Read or Die is one. It was one of the first ones we watched in Anime Club, so it would have been 2008 we watched it. So one of my first anime that I ever watched that was not a like Toonami or Adult Swim show. And I remember it just being like fine. Like, this is anime, and I would really like to watch it again just because it's been so long and because I've placed it on such like a pedestal as like the true like median of my list. Does it really deserve to be there? Should something else be the median? I don't know. But we're gonna find out. So Read or Die, the TV, I believe is what we're looking for here. ROD, the TV. That's not gonna work. Read or Die. That's the OVA. Which I think we watched also, but I don't remember it. Yeah, the one about the Paper Sisters looking for the paper. Fall 2003 is when it aired. Fall 2008 when we would have watched it. All right, the opening theme is ROD by YKZ, arranged and composed by Hideki Tanaka. Sure. Okay. Read or Die, OP creditless. Read or Die, the TV opening, 19 years ago. Perfect. That's exactly what we want. This is even a fan sub recording of it. Perfect. There's also one from, this is the OVA from 15 years ago, and then there's also a 4K AI upscale. Ooh, there's the quality on that one from the OVA is real bad, but not what we're looking for. We're looking for the TV one. I have literally no idea what to expect. I don't remember anything about this at all, so I'm kind of excited. Okay. Oh, before I listen, let's copy it into my list. ROD, OP1, even though it's just the only one. 26 episodes, okay. Alright, starts with some bass, so this is a rock song. It's like a jazzy rock song. It kind of reminds me of like Lupin a little bit. It's got, again, some of those motifs that you would expect from like a detective sort of show. There's so many characters who are appearing in this that I just don't remember at all. I also love that this video is 240p, so it's very difficult to watch. It's all, yeah, it's featuring a lot of different characters, most of them like in static positions reading books, as well as like cutting to these like kind of almost like very stylistic, not quite ukiyo-e, but like, yeah, stylistic pictures of a woman with the credits written on her body. Aniplex. Oh, the times, the days. That was fine. Did I enjoy listening to that? I guess. Of the other, like, voiceless songs on the list, which I believe is just going to be Devil May Cry and Robotech. Which of those three did I enjoy the most? Definitely Devil May Cry. This one was perfectly fine. It's in this tier. I'm thinking of Happy Material, and I feel like I enjoy that song better. Like, in terms of even just, like, I suppose it sets the tone for the show, sure. But, like, I don't know. It didn't wow me. It didn't super excite me. Now, of these two English opening themes, what was this underwhelming Infinite Stratos theme? Give me a refresher on that really quick, computer. Yeah. We're going to go ahead and say it's for sure better than the Infinite Stratos one. I think it's better than Get Your Game On. Is it better than Raveolution? I think we're going to put it here. I like it. That's where it's going to be. Okay. That's all I really want to say about that. I remember literally nothing. And I've heard that theme song before. At least 26, well, probably not 26 times, because I'm sure we watched it like 2 episodes each time Club met. So 13 times, maybe not even. But I've heard it before. The way her glasses are crooked are also how mine are, but not because I'm wearing them in a silly way, but because they're broken. Okay. Mo Dao Zushi. I can speak Chinese. Now you might argue, what's a Chinese show doing on my anime list, where it's all otherwise Japanese programs and Robotech? I think Robotech, there we go, excuses it. So that works for me. Alright. MD, can I just search MDZS? Yeah, Modao Zushi. Okay. The Grand Master of Demonic Cultivation. Microsoft Defender Antivirus did not find any threats since your last summary. Thanks. Okay. Now, there's a Japanese broadcast version, and then, like, the version from the very legal way that I watched it. I watched this show in 2023, I think? 2020... No. Yeah, 2023. No, 2022, I think, is when I... Yes. Yeah. It was 2022. Because that was when I first took a linguistics class, and I met a girl in the class, and I thought she was cute, and she was really into the show, so I watched it as well. And then that summer she ghosted me. I also started taking Chinese to try to impress her, which is probably not the right reason to do it, but I ended up liking the class, and I enjoyed learning the language probably more than any other language that I'd studied. So, in any event, I did watch the Soul Show. It's not generally something I would have sought out, especially as a show where most of the characters are men. But it was interesting. I could see why it was popular. She always told me not to watch the second season, so I didn't. I think that's fine. I think this is what we're looking for, is Zui Men Chin Chen. I gotta remember how to pronounce vowels. Well, let's just see if we can't search it, huh? OP creditless. MDZS OP creditless. The 10-cent version, I guess, because much like in America, in China, there's only like 3 companies. So. Okay. It's like the Yona theme I really like, where it's all like traditional instruments, which makes sense for the setting. The visuals are all like painted, and I like that. It's very like low tension. This is also another thing I just want to point out before I finish the song. This video that I'm watching does have subtitles. I will save it in my list here. MDZS OP1. But in the subtitles here, leaving storms of the past, the first lyric, I gaze imperiously at the firmament. And you just know, like, anytime the word, like, firmament is used, like, this is a fan translation. Like, firmament's not it is a word, but it is just not, like, a word that's as common as fan translators and like, I'm very appreciative to the work of fan translators. Like, they do a lot of really important work that the big companies don't want to do, and then they end up doing after the fan translators have already done it. Although that then leads the fan translators to start to have a little bit of an ego, which then creates its own little problems. But like, just whenever I see words like firmament, there's just this like almost level of detachment of like what level of accuracy you're searching for is like the difference between translation and interpretation, or translation and adaptation. And firmament is a word that sits firmly in that translation. Like, it might be the most accurate word in terms of definition, but nobody knows I don't feel like it is I don't want to be very, like, not to say that nobody knows, because people do know. I know what the word means because I had to look it up. But, like, it is not a commonly used word. So an adaptation or interpretation would use a more commonly accessible word than firmament. That's what I have to say. I'm going to restart the song. Uninterrupted by my madness. Uninterrupted by any more of my madness than I already am constantly afflicted with. But yeah, traditional instruments, slow paced, slow tempo. I don't know enough about like Chinese music to say like if this is like a folk type song. Instrumentally, I would say absolutely, yeah. Visuals also are not very dynamic. Most of the characters are just still images. I think it was really just Wei and Wang Ji have been moving for the most part. Them fighting each other, yeah. And then a couple of the other characters. Wei and Lan. I'm using the wrong... I don't know. Whatever. Whatever. The song just sort of ended, and I felt nothing. Perhaps one of those things where it's all tied up in just sort of personal feelings and emotions of the story, or of the situation I was in at the time that I was watching it. Did I enjoy watching that theme song just now? Sure. But not that much. I already forgot what the what the Infinite Stratos theme sounded like. No, I don't. I remember it. It's just this. It's D and Angel now is what you're up against. We'll put it here. It's not, I don't know. Maybe that's a little unfair. Like, it's not like a bad theme. But in terms of like what I would enjoy listening to, like, it's there. It is just, it's such a slow song that doesn't have any sort of like crescendo to it, unlike the Yona one. There are lyrics also. Firmament. Bleh. I don't know. Let's just leave it there. Move on. Move on to another top 10 anime for me. In fact, we got 2 top 10 anime directly, well, with a mystery in between them. Oregairu, my teen romantic comedy snafu, is in my top 10 for sure. I used to have Haganai, which is translated, I don't have many friends, I believe is what that one is translated as. That used to be in my top 10, but then the second season was just bad. Okay, we want to go to this one, the TV series. There are 3 separate series, 3 seasons of this. I haven't seen the third one because I have been reading the light novels as well, and I really do like the light novels. They're interesting to me because, well, let's see. The first season aired in 2013. That would have been roughly when I watched it also. So this one I was watching kind of as it was airing. That's pretty cool. The light novels I really like because the main character, Hachiman, Hikigaya Hachiman, Hachiman Hikigaya, if I'm using how I've been pronouncing things, first name, last name, first name, given name, family name, let's go. Hachiman, the way he thinks and approaches life is so very similar to how I used to approach life back in high school, and I have since learned kind of like the air of some of that way of thinking. So I like reading it because I watch this character walking into traps that I myself have already figured out how to get out of many, many years before. So it's just sort of, I don't want to say like biographical because that's very like full of myself, but like it does kind of feel similar to that, where it's just like I'm seeing this character going through a life not too dissimilar to what I went through. So I just like it. I really relate to the character, even though he's probably a lot more than I was, for what that's worth. Hikigaya, one of the other reasons I was talking about this with another friend, that I haven't watched the third season because I think it catches up to where the light novels end, and I don't want my ship to be wrong, let's just say. Like I that's what I worry about with like Haganai. Like I got that one spoiled. I've been very careful not to get any spoilers for this one. In any event, I know he's not going to pick not that it has to be this way, but that's just how anime goes, that he's picking a girl, because that also removes some of the agency from the women. But I think that Hikigaya will end up with not the character who I think would be best for him, which is, of course, Saki Kawasaki. So that's what I will say in a very bumbling way. The opening theme is Yuki Toki by Nagi Yanagi. Amazing that they were able to find a singer with a name like that, given how many of the names in the show are like Saki Kawasaki, Yui Gahama, Yukino Shita. So yeah, tremendous. Okay. Oregairu OP1 credit list. I really like the second one. Okay, so here's one. Okay, I guess maybe this is too new because there is one from Crunchyroll, so that might be what we're kind of stuck with. There's one from 5 years ago that is Oregairu OP creditless Ultra HD and lossless audio. See the description, but it's only a 30-second video, so it's definitely not the whole thing. Here's one from 12 years ago with yeah, this one might be good. Like, if we have to go to the Crunchyroll run, so be it. This one has fan subs also, so I don't know if that's going to be quite right, but let's give it a go. Okay. This is one song I remember now. Like, I couldn't remember it before. It's one song where I had downloaded it before. It starts with like the almost a cappella. There's just a little bit of like tickling the ivories on the piano behind the singing. But it's got this sort of like grand, like pseudo orchestral like sound to it. Definitely that sort of like, yeah, I think that's a some sort of string instrument there. It took me a while to get used to the animation style change because I think the studio changed in between seasons 1 and 2. And I got so used to sort of like the almost like, for 2013, probably a little dated visuals of the first season. A lot of flowers, a lot of like, it paints a picture of an anime that is not about a boy who's clinically depressed and has like just a really distorted, like, bad view of the world. So it does kind of, it's one of those like theme songs that really buries the lead quite a bit, but the song's good. I really like it. I really enjoyed watching that. Let's unlock these layers. How about? Okay. What's that? Let's listen to the second one also before we do any rankings. The second one, because it's technically a different series, Oregairu Zoku, or just season 2. My teen romantic comedy Snafu 2. Okay. Let's see here. This is also Nagi Yanagi, same singer. Haru Modoki is what the song is called. Apparently I searched, but I didn't change the number 1 to the number 2, so let's do that. I do not want any spoilers for the third season, but that one came up as the top result, and I don't like it. I don't like what I'm looking at there. Let's see here. Well, there's the one from Crunchyroll. There's this one 4K 24 FPS. That's odd. What I remember about like the season 2 opening theme is that they changed it. Like after the first couple episodes, I remember it being different. I think we're gonna have to go with the Crunchyroll one for this one, because this 4K one just concerns me. It's also like the Crunchyroll one is obviously gonna have like an end slate at the end, like click on our website. We are the only place to watch anime. But yeah, this 4K one is 2 minutes long, so that concerns me also. We'll just go with the Crunchyroll one. It's disappointing, but such it is. Oregairu OP2. The second opening definitely has more of like a stylistic, like the way it uses color to sort of highlight all the scenes. It's got that sort of like grand, like pseudo orchestral sound to it as well. It's way more like a mellow sound. Like the visuals are also like that it actually shows like Hachiman kind of like contemplating things. The song, I don't know. I might just be reading into it, knowing the series and having like seen it. Also, we're halfway through the song, and there's been mostly just pictures of an empty school. But the song sounds sadder, I guess. As well as this one lyric, Imananda, what now? Like, that's so... just that one lyric is so good. It's a sadder song, but it's got sort of like a hopeful sort of like touch at the end, which I really like. I think it fits. Yep, Crunchyroll, good job. You sure own all the anime now. It's absolutely better than the first one by like hands down. So let's put the first one first. Is it better than Only My Railgun? Do I enjoy it more than I need to? Word to power. Be intentional about your word choice. Ugh. Now my body's fighting me because I'm not being intentional about my word choice. Did I enjoy it more than Only My Railgun? Yeah. Devil May Cry, or okay, let's check in. Did I enjoy it more than Sister's Noise? No. So it's going to be in this tier. Devil May Cry, yep. What Up People, yep. Pretty sure Moribito was L'Arc and CL. Let's just double check that before I keep saying the wrong thing. Moribito. Shine, I believe was the name of the song. Yes, Shine by L'Arc and CL, which is how you pronounce French. Yes. Nightmare. Or The World by Nightmare. Masterpiece. Yeah. Shout it out. I think it goes here. A lot of new songs appearing kind of in this tier. Okay, that's fine. And then this one, which of course we remember, Haru Modoki. Okay. Well, let's compare it. Was it better than Sister's Noise? Yeah. Is it better than Puzzle? Yes. Is it better than Daydream Syndrome? Yes. Is it better than Sodairo Days? Is it better? Do I enjoy it? Goodness. Did I enjoy it more than Soreiro days? Yes. It's getting tougher. Is it better than Akatsuki no Yona? Did I enjoy it more than Akatsuki no... Is it ranked higher than... Did I enjoy it more than Akatsuki no Yona? Yes. Alright, now we're getting into the kind of the real top tier here. Kind of rude to say, but the cream of the crop. Let's see here. Seno. Yeah. And then Shana. Here. I might be protecting the Shana theme a little bit too much. But then I just played it back in my head really quick, and I think that's fine. That's where it goes. I feel good about that. Those are good. Okay. Congratulations to me. Thank you. Next. How long have I been recording? Hour and a half. We're picking up the pace. We're it's still slow, but we're picking up the pace. Kind of. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We've only gotten through 12. Did I actually start recording at an hour? No, because I lingered at the beginning. So it hasn't... we're fine. Only I, which is... Oni-chan dakedo ai sae areba kanke inai yone. That's how you would confidently pronounce that. Synonyms. As long as there's love, it doesn't matter if he is my brother, right? I watched this anime. Sure did. I think they're not even actually related. I think it was like their... like step siblings or something. I don't know. It's in the same sort of realm. This is fall 2012 as like Oreimo, where they're like teetering with like how much incest stuff can we show on TV, and it turns out quite a bit. Okay, so I liked some of the other character designs in this as well, although I was not big on the eye patch girl, whose name is of course Arashi. Yeah. Yeah, I think I picked this one out because of the visuals, and I didn't really know what to expect, and I watched it, and I did. Self-producer by Minori Chihara, who is one of the voice actresses. She is the voice of Anastasia. Okay. Let's hear it out. Shall we? Oni IOP credit list. I know I really like the ending theme. Okay, so Crunchyroll. That's the ending theme. That's Oreimo. Some funny moments. There's Oni Mai, which is not the same thing. I think our only option, or it's really trying to get me to watch the well, here's the one that I have saved, the opening full lyrics. I have that one saved in my playlist, but I think Crunchyroll dubs, one of their side channels here. The video is also blurred, which means if I click on this, sign in to confirm your age. Wonderful. So I have to log into YouTube. What fun. Thanks. I love being on the internet. at least it's in autoplay. Age restricted video requested by uploader. Well, couldn't be me. Alright, refresh me. Self-producer. Okay. Just half a minute in. I understand why this video is age restricted. I understand. I understand why this series was probably the way that it was. The circumstances by which I chose to watch it were probably among the same circumstances of why that dating story I told is one of only probably 3 that I can really share in my adult life, such as the world I inhabit. Yeah. It's etchy. That's the word to use. And, you know, you like what you like, and you watch what you watch, and you enjoy what you enjoy. You are who you are. And I enjoyed the visuals. As far as the music goes, I should probably just restart it. It's very, like, high energy, in a positive sort of way. Celebratory, perhaps. Or uplifting, maybe, is the right word. The visuals are very bright. I keep talking about the visuals. This is making me seem problematic. Maybe I was into a lot of, like, harem anime. That's probably why I watched this one also. So that probably interested me. Yeah, I enjoyed that. That was a good song. It took me a while to get there. I don't know if I really want to talk about it anymore. That's not true. Of course I want to talk about it. I just don't know if I want to talk about it right now in this exact moment. Because I am who I am and I like what I like. I know what I'm about. Okay. So, self-producer. Did I enjoy it more than Sister's Noise? Honestly, kinda. Did I enjoy it more than Puzzle? No. Did I enjoy it more than Akatsuki no Hana? Yes. Did I enjoy it more than Judge Light? Yes. What was Index? Index 2, Opening 2. The name of it was C Vision S. Did I enjoy it more than that? Yes. Did I enjoy it more than No Buts? Yes. PSI missing. It goes here. We're going to break up the index chain. Works for me. Let's move on to my number one anime, actually. This is number one on my anime list. This has been my favorite anime for quite some time. The Melancholy of Haruhi Suzumiya. Suzumiya Haruhi no Yutsu. Let's see here. Let's close this tab. Let's go to Haruhi. Some of the more iconic theme songs, perhaps. Maybe at least just to me. Haruhi, first season was in 2006. Second one was in 2009, I believe. Even though it's all, if you watch them in the recommended order, you alternate back and forth. Although there's many different recommended orders. I just like to watch them in the I like to watch them chronologically, honestly. So yeah, I'm not counting the Mikuru special, The Adventures of Mikuru Asahina one. But we are going to listen to we as in me and you if you choose for the multimedia experience. Boken Desho Desho, the first theme by Aya Hirano, who is the voice actress for Haruhi in the Japanese. I've watched Haruhi in both the dub and sub, but I like the dub. I also have all the light novels. This is another one like Odegaru that, well, I do have all the light novels, but I haven't read the most recent one because every time I try to like reread them, I've read the first light novel so many times now that it just like gets dull. Not dull, but like it's like I've read this book enough times. Do I need to read it again? Am I going to find something new? Same thing with the second one, honestly. So the last time I tried to read it, I started with the third book, and then something happened, I think grad school or whatever, that I just didn't keep up with it. That sometimes happens with me. Books are hard, except that they're not hardcover, they're paperback. But I also don't like the new one because like the publishing company that published all the novels, all the first 10 of them, I guess went under. So now it's all like under Yen Press, I believe. So the 11th novel doesn't look the same as the others. It's got a different design, and so that is something I don't like. Haruhi is not a god. She's just a regular girl, and there's nothing after the cultural festival that has anything to do with her. It's mostly caused by Nagato or one of Koizumi's acquaintances. So she does not have any powers. She's just a regular girl who wants to smooch a boy. And I like to talk about the things I like. I don't like to talk about the things I like with people who are far more obsessed with them than me, because I don't feel comfortable doing so, because I feel like I get made to think that my opinions or my takes are wrong, even if they might just be like out there, and I don't think that's fair for me. So I'll say that. Haruhi OP creditless. This is again my favorite anime series of all time. 4K 60 FPS, no. There's one from 15 years ago, but that's opening 2. That's not what we're looking for. Okay, here's one from 18 years ago. This one's perfect. Let's actually... Yeah, okay. We didn't... Well... I've watched this theme song so many times. It's got that same sort of like pop, like very poppy song, like sound to it. Definitely highlights Haruhi, even though Kyon is really the main character and Mikuru is ridiculous. And it highlights some of the kind of motifs of the series, I think. That many characters position Haruhi as the center of the universe. So I think maybe that's appropriate. I like this shot of like Haruhi walking with like kind of the crossing intersection behind her, and then Kyon walking his bike. Yeah, Haruhi just playing the piano, like filming her. She's just a regular girl. God. Okay. I very much enjoyed listening to that. Guess who also has not been saving things? I need to write down the Oni I one as well as the Haruhi one. Haruhi OP1. That's going to be this video. Let's go back. Let's just get the Oni I link copied here. So the first one, yeah, was Boken Desho Desho. The second one is Super Driver, I believe also Aya Hirano. Yes. Which is right here. It is more active of a song than Boken Desho Desho. More clear like rock elements, a very clear like guitar, drum, bass, you know, your standard suite of instruments. The visuals are also a little more like, I don't know. Is dynamic really right here? Because the first one was also really dynamic. I think what I like about it is that, like, even though these two were produced like 3 years apart, like they still look very similar, that you can like intentionally like watch them intertwined and you don't see any difference. You wouldn't know any better, maybe. Also the Endless 8 is a good thing. It was creatively brave, and there's been very few things in TV shows or media that have been as brave as Endless 8. But Super Driver I like better than Boken Desho Desho. Maybe that's controversial, I don't know. But I liked it. I enjoy listening to both of them, but I enjoyed listening to Super Driver a little bit more. Maybe it was just because I listened to it second, but in any event, let's see here. Do I enjoy this more than Sister's Noise? Yes. Okay, do I enjoy Boken Desho Desho more than Puzzle? I think it's going to be in this tier. Which means I'm going to have to start moving some more stuff around here. Okay. So let's see here. Let's kind of start in the middle. We just listened to Self-Producer. Is Boken Desho Desho better than Self-Producer? Yes. So let's start there. Is it better than... Did I enjoy it more than... PSI missing. Yes. Alright. What was the name of this song? Devil is Hatakumao-sama second season, part 2. Hikari no Naimachi. Okay, I'll remember that. How about Shana opening 2? Let's see if I'll remember that one. Being by Kotoko. That one's a little easier for me to remember. This song's really good though. Goes here. Okay. Now Super Driver. Super Driver, do I enjoy more than Puzzle? I think so. Do I enjoy it more than Daydream Syndrome? Oh, nope, don't want free transform on. Soreiro Days. I think it goes here. Because I also just sort of answered the question like for Akatsuki no Yona. I think that looks good. I think that's good. Okay. Great. Alright, what are we doing on time? Wish I could more easily check this. I kind of started yammering. Audacity's not going to let me do that, huh? Well, how many did I do? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Let's do 5 more. To at least say we got to 20 and then stop there. This is a less efficient process, but I think that is also maybe just what I have to expect because I've got a lot more comparisons I need to do now. What would 5 more entail? I think if I get 2. Maybe we'll do 6 more because that will get us through. Or maybe I just go to 26 and just whatever the time is, it is what the time is, because that's fine. 26 would be, because I just counted to 15, didn't I? Sure did. So 26 would be 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Yeah, and then working. So we'll do up to 25. That will be a good cutoff, I think. But then I'll really want to talk about working when I get there. And I could start with Bleach. That might be a good... Oh, no, working will be a good place to start. Okay, we'll go up to Golden Time. That works for me. Great. Okay. Sakura Trick. This is another one I watched in the early 2010s. Sakura Trick is an anime about girls kissing, and that's it. Pretty much that's it. I think there's some other, like, school slice of life stuff that happens there. It's an anime that aired in winter of 2014, so it would have been 2014 or 2015 that I watched it. So probably 2014, honestly. Demographic, as far as my anime list says, is seinen. So even though it is a show about girls kissing, the demographic is older men. Whoops. Well, I guess that was and is me. So The opening theme is called Won't You Kiss Me by Sakura Trick, which is, I'm guessing, all the main characters and side characters all singing a song, huh? Okay. Sakura Trick OP credit list. 9 years ago, and the description is that copyright disclaimer, boilerplate language, so this is a good video. This is a pop song that seems like it's lifted from like the wrong decade. Like for a 2014 anime, this is a song that almost sounds like it's got that sort of like almost 80s, 90s sort of like imposing sound to it. The visuals are, it's 2014. There are a bunch of characters who are looking at each other, who are dancing and getting shy about their feelings, and oh, we've even got some breakdance. Wearing like idol outfits. But also kind of the ensemble like sound to it also makes it a little like harmonic. Is that the right word to use? The song also just sort of ends. Well, I suppose that's fine. It has to end because it's not the full song, or maybe it is the full song since it's, you know, sung by the actual, produced for the show rather than a song used as an opening theme. I enjoyed listening to it and I enjoyed watching it because I am a seinen. Now, where does it go on the ranking list? Let's start with down here. Did I enjoy it more than Only My Railgun? Yeah, but not by much. How about the Devil May Cry thing? I just sort of like real quick played like the next 5 songs in the list. So the Devil May Cry one, both the Death Notes, the Moribito Masterpiece, like all those I played in my head really quick. So I know for sure it's going to go lower than Shout It Loud. And I think I enjoyed it more than the Devil May Cry one, at least. I think here seems fine. I don't know. It doesn't feel like super right. Because maybe it's one of these cases where it's like, I enjoyed like Shine more than What Up People, but I think I maybe enjoyed What Up People more than Won't You Kiss Me, but I enjoyed Won't You Kiss Me more than Shine. See, it's like weird like that. It's not linear, it's a cyclical sort of relationship. And I think I even maybe just enjoyed it more than this, but I think yeah. I would like to kind of break this up, but it's not going to be with this song. So that's that. Bunch of ecchi ones all up in a row, huh? We had Oni Ai, Sakura Trick, and now Konosuba. which maybe is, well, I was about to say maybe it's not as much as the others, but then I just remembered like Darkness is a character. So, well. Konosuba is one of those anime where I want to like it more than I actually did, but it's also one of those anime where there's just like one character who sort of like one bad apple spoils a whole bunch. Bushel is, I guess, how you would refer to a group of apples. And it's Darkness, and she sucks, and I just don't I don't enjoy that sort of character. I know people will say she's one of the stronger characters in the series, or at least I've read that online, but I really need to stop caring about people's opinions online. Konosuba, which is short form for Konosubarashi Sakai ni Shukufuku wo. Give blessings to this wonderful world. It's an isekai. I kind of figured, like, when I watched Konosuba, it was like, oh, this makes a mockery of isekai. Maybe we're done with this genre. And nope. No, we were not. Winter 2016. They'd only just gotten started. Fantastic Dreamer is the name of the first opening theme by Machiko. Ooh, that appears to be a specific name and not the name of any of the characters. Oh, Yui Horie is in this one. And Rie Takahashi. I recognize these actors' names. Okay. What were we looking up? Konosuba OP creditless. Okay, we've got the first two videos here the first three videos are all the openings in 60 FPS. In fact, the first 6 videos here are all 60 FPS. And then Crunchyroll directly after that. So I think, and then the next ones are all, where, YouTube sort of gives up on its search and starts giving you other things, like the Chobits opening, which is an anime a manga I've read, but not one that I have watched. Konosuba. That loaded very quickly. Konosuba OP1. I started watching for Megumin, but then I stayed because of Aqua, and then I stopped because of Darkness. That's what I will say about that. I don't think I'd be inherently opposed to like watching more isekai. I think there's just like so many, much in the same way how I'm feeling about like slices of life, maybe. There's just so many of them that they start to feel very samey. But I do like fantasy, like settings. I think this one does do a good job of like highlighting all the characters and how like goofy they are, or how maybe poorly suited they are for the adventures that they go on. Yeah, this part of Kazuma attacking a rock while Aqua literally just cheers and is totally useless. The goofy thumbs up that they give each other, that's great. The music is, yeah, kind of your standard fare, like J-pop, J-rock. But I enjoyed listening to it. I enjoyed watching it. It didn't make me feel like I needed to look behind my back like I did for some of the others. Mostly Oni-I. I enjoyed it. Let's see, what's the second one? Because it's, again, one of those things where we can't just group all the seasons together into a single show on my anime list because they're so purist and weird about that. Also, just real quick, Core C-O-U-R. That's not a word. Stop using it. The opening to is also by Machiko. And it is Tomorrow is the name of the song. And I believe that Crunchyroll is going to be our main choice for video. Experiencing interruptions. I sure am. The last video loaded very quickly and this one not at all. Starts a little jazzier. I remember this opening theme being like goofier in terms of like the visuals. Like the first one showed like a sort of incompetent party, and this one they're just all useless. I guess they're having it. Yeah, well, I was going to say they're having a good time, but they're all kind of suffering. They're all doing goofiness. Darkness is being just the worst. I'm more focused on the visuals. But the song is... I mean, maybe that's just a sign that the song is not as impressive if the visuals are what are capturing me more. It's also one of these songs that just sort of ends very abruptly. There's also a... because this is on Crunchyroll and they have an end slate, one of the recommended videos. The villainess is adored by the prince of the neighbor kingdom, which those are just the characters from Oregairu. Fantastic. The first one's way better. The second one's okay. I enjoyed it. Yeah. Let's do this one first. Okay. Is this song better than Only My Railgun? Honestly, nah. I think it goes in this tier. Is it better than, like, Happy Material? I guess. Is it better than The Crossing Time? One, which was called something by somebody. Is it better than With by Minami Kuribayashi? Refresh my memory. Copy, paste. I could hear it. I didn't need to copy paste it. How about the Freerun 1? Freerun 2. Let's put it here. Great. And then the first one, which we definitely remember the name of. It was, of course, Fantastic Dreamer. Is it better than Sister's Noise?
Sometime in the next few 100,000 years.
Yeah. Is it better than Puzzle? I need to listen to that Shauna theme, the second Shauna theme again really quick. Just 5 seconds of it to refresh my memory. Got it. Not even 5 seconds. 2 seconds is good enough. Now I'm replaying The Devil's a Part-Timer theme, Boken Desho Desho, PSI missing. Feels like it's going around here. Okay. Can I do like a big, like highlight all these? Beautiful. That's so convenient. Oh, okay. So it's gonna go. You're gonna move down to here. You're gonna move to here. It's going like here. Like there. Yeah. I mean, we can make a little bit more room here by like doing like this. Here, we'll do one more. Because this is all the same tier still. I don't feel like breaking it up just yet. At some point I probably have to, but yeah. I like that. That feels good. Yeah, that feels good. Okay. Did I copy all those down? I didn't. Copy. Konosuba OP2. Paste. Next. The next one on the list is True Tears. I watched this one at the same time I watched Yushiki and Sword Art Online. Yushiki and Sword Art Online are both... Is Sword Art Online a top 3? I think it is. Isn't it? I'm insulted that I can't remember for some reason. MyAnimeList.com. What are my top 3 anime? Haruhi, Sword Art, and Stelvia. /profile /breadfiesta. MyAnimeList.net. Stupid. Anime list. Sort by score. Yeah. Okay. So Sora Online and Yushiki are my number 2 and number 6 anime on my current ranking. And True Tears is also one I watched at the same time. True Tears epilogue? What is that? I just... Oh, it's just music. Because like the 3-minute long music video. Oh, a real epilogue? Sure. I think True Tears, the reason I didn't rank it as high is because I'm not a big fan of, like, generally speaking, I'm not a fan of the childhood friend in these sort of anime where it's the romance anime, essentially. The one exception where I think the childhood friend was the correct pairing was, of course, Yu Yu Hakusho, where there was any question. Let's see here. So, True Tears, yeah, I watched, would have been 2013, I want to guess. The opening theme is Reflectia by Euphonious. Euphonious, I think is how you're going to pronounce that. How I'm going to pronounce it, at least. It's another one of those songs where I've heard it most, like the Exit Trance remixed version of it, which is really, really good. But the original is also a little good, if a little bit slower paced. True Tears, OP creditless. And I can already like hear the song in my head, so I might end up focusing on the visuals a little bit more. Here we go, from 14 years ago. True Tears, opening HD creditless, sin creditos, 720p. Thank you. Copy. True Tears, OP1, paste. Yeah, it starts with kind of like, I want to say a violin. I don't know string instruments well enough. But yeah, it's kind of a slow pop. Not quite a ballad, but it's a really beautiful song, honestly. I'm not a super big fan of the visuals here, where it's kind of like this picture-in-picture of like scenes from the show set to almost like a... We're starting to look more like a traditional like Japanese scenery background here. Pretty sure that's Fuji. A winter festival of some sort. But I do think it sets a really good like tone for the series, so I think that's at least good. I already copied it, didn't I? Yeah. I really like Reflectia, Refudakatia as a song, but I might just be spoiled because like the Exit Trance song is really, really good. But my whole ranking is all subjective anyway, so is it better than Puzzle? Yeah. So I think we just sort of preemptively like do that. Nope, don't change the zoom. I don't think we need to change the zoom just yet, but we're getting close. In fact, let's just do it. Oh, what a choice I've made to do this project. Okay. So we're saying I enjoy it more than Puzzle. How about compared to Daydream Syndrome? Yeah. How about Soda Iro Days? How about Super Driver? Yeah, we're hitting a road bump here. I think it's a case of it's either here or here. And I might actually, to be honest, because of that comment I made earlier in the video, I might start a new tier here. Do you go? It's there. I think the Gurren Lagann theme is better. There's a theme that I enjoy listening to more. Oh boy. Okay. It's a whole other tier now that we've created. Makes the tier list a little taller, but gives us some more breathing room to fit some stuff in. Okay. So I want to do how many more? 6 more here. Yeah. Which is great because there's at least 3 on here that I know are top tier, and then 3 others that I kind of remember. Okay. One of them I think that is top tier is a total departure from where I ranked the series itself, Tokyo Underground. So we've got one song, Jo Netsu, that I know the name of. So we are looking for Tokyo Underground. Tokyo Underground is a series that I watched on DVD, so I didn't stream it. I actually own it. Aired in 2002. It's something I got like as back before Crunchyroll was buying up all the anime distribution companies. Or Sony, I guess, technically did that. They bought Crunchyroll and then just kept acquiring more. Right Stuff was like just an amazing anime distributor. I really actually wanted to work for them, but I didn't. So, but they had like a bargain box sort of deal where you could just pay like a flat fee and they just send you something that was that value. And as part of the bargain box, I got the entire box set of Tokyo Underground. And I watched it, and it was not great. Perhaps it's because I watched it as the dub, but I don't think it would have held up in the sub either. Like the thing I used to sort of reference like how bad the dub was like one of the main characters is Genosuke, but in the English dub, that's obviously Jinosuke. So just a really poor pronunciation there. Bulk of the series also happens above ground, so poor representation. Joonetsu by Ixid, IKSI:D. Ixid. Who also sang the second song, but I don't remember that one as much. Joonetsu, though, I do remember. I think that it is a fantastic song, very visually unique as well. Tokyo Underground OP creditless. 12 years ago, creditless opening 1 HQ. That's what we're looking for. And this is another one where I just know like the song so well. It's got like the it's a more rock sort of song. Very like stylistic like visuals that sort of betray that the animation in the actual show is not that good, even by 2002 standards. They went all in on the opening, basically. Like a lot of like solid colors with the characters having like their own color motifs. It has that like pause that I do enjoy. That was sort of like ahead of its time. The pause kind of between the bridge and the chorus. Maybe not even the bridge, just the verse and the chorus. We got our villain roll call with them with shadowy faces. One of my first D&D characters was named after the villain in this series. So yeah, rock song with I want to say a violin again, but that's because I don't know string instruments. Tokyo Underground OP1 Joonetsu, fantastic song. Now for the second one. This is also by Ixid, whatever. Heiyu Ushinate wa Naranai Mono. Not gonna try to translate that, but we're gonna look up Tokyo Underground OP2. Well, here it is. 10 years ago, Tokyo Underground, the second OP. Ah, I remember this now. This is the part of the series where it devolves into like a shonen tournament fighter, which was honestly kind of disappointing. Ooh, I kind of like this. It's like it's starting a little. Well, the first opening was static, just more stylized. It's again that sort of like rock. It's a little heavier rock than the first one. I like when the singer has kind of like a squeaky voice also. There's a bit of a sound of like desperation in this one. The characters are framed as like much cooler than in the first. Well, I don't know. They were still. Okay, there's a guy with like a crop top. This is such a 2002 anime. Maybe I should rewatch this. Maybe I didn't give it a fair shake. Because, like, just watching these opening themes, this looks like an anime that I would super enjoy. But I only remember not. Wow. I really enjoyed that. Huh. Really in a way that I didn't remember. I didn't think I would. Tokyo Underground OP2. Huh. I think I enjoy Joanetsu better than, we're just going to abbreviate as Hey You. But that was still a really good song. Okay. Well, where would we put it? Is it better than Sister's Noise? Honestly, absolutely, yeah. Is it better than the midpoint of this tier with Self-Producer? Yeah. Is it better than Puzzle? Honestly, yeah, it's better than that. So let's go up a tier. Is it better than Akatsuki no Yona? Is it better than Super Driver? Oh gosh, are these both top tier songs? They might be. Oh, the anime's so bad, but the theme songs are so good. Okay, let's iterate through the list here. Is it better than Seino? Did I enjoy it more than Seino? I need to refresh. I mean, that was like 2.5 hours ago. So, right? Nearly. Got it. Okay. We'll leave that one there. Now Joanetsu. Use your words. Okay. Did I enjoy it more than Seino? I think so. Did I enjoy it more than... what was the name of that song? Can I search that? No. Oh, I have to spell words right, huh? Ode Gaidu. Ode Gaidu. Soku. There it is. The name of the second song was Haru Modoki. Yeah, I did. Alright. Oh, no, don't free transform. That's not what we're looking for. And then the Shana. There's the first theme of Shana. Refresh my memory again. Hishoku no Sora by Mami Koada. Now we're starting to hit the limit. Because I also just I stepped ahead mentally and played a little bit of like True Blue Traveler in my head. And I think for sure that's the wall. So we're now considering what side of Shana it goes on. Hishoku no Soda. Sora. Put a little bit too much of a D song. It's not Soda. Sora. Sora. Controversial. I'm going to put it here. Yeah. Great job, Tokyo Underground. You both were top tier songs. Congratulations to me for having listened to them. All right. 4 more. Then we're done for today. Living for the Day After Tomorrow. Asate no Hoko. This is on my... It's on my table right now to rewatch. Asate no Hoko. Aired in 2006. It was one I bought at SoccerCon as like it was on like a bargain table. Like I bought it on the last day of con. And I think the vendor was confused why I wanted it, but I don't know, the visuals sort of appealed to me. Eagle-eared listeners of the breadfiesta channel for the last 13 years will know that I've been using sounds from this anime as my opening theme and also my like series ending theme for some time. It's such an obscure anime that nobody really noticed, so that's some extra little lore for you. Okay, Hikari no Kisetsu by Suwada is what the name of this song is going to be, or I guess it's what it always was. After tomorrow. Okay, we've got from 2 years ago, but it looks to be just like a small channel, so it might not be any extra stuff. We've got the intro for The Day After Tomorrow, which is not what we're looking for. Manazashi, is that the name of the... Oh, I don't know what that is. That might just be one of the songs from the soundtrack. Where's the ending? Alright, let's try this one from 2 years ago. 480p is the highest quality, so great. Top comment is a heart emoji. Only other comment is full song, please. But that's not what we're looking for. We're just looking for this. OP1, save. Okay. Starts with like a soft like piano melody. Shots. I enjoy anime that are set in like countryside settings. Like just I like the slower pace of life. That's just, I grew up in a smaller rural area, so. I mean, the sound is very, like, uplifting. It's very, like, celebratory of this sort of, like, easygoing lifestyle that country life is. Highlights the main gimmick of the magical sort of age change sort of thing that happens to teach the main characters a lesson. Even though it focuses on just the one character for the most part. It's also got that sort of like summer sound to it, which I think this is set during the summer. So I enjoyed listening to that. I enjoyed watching that. We'll unlink that or unlock that. Okay. Let's start here. And Sister's Noise. I think it's this tier. Like, did I enjoy it more than Sister's Noise? It's probably about equivalent. So, like, let's go one more back. Which that one is obviously the other Oregairu song, which is obviously called either my anime list is struggling or my internet is struggling. Could be both. Anyway, make some room here. In fact, let's just go ahead and grab all these, move them up a little bit. Okay. Okay. Yuki Toki is what that one is, though. I think I liked Yuki Toki more than this one. I think it goes like here. So let's go ahead and we'll just put the break like there. Like that. Like this. Yeah. Yeah. Yep. That is good to me. Yeah. Didn't really say a whole lot about that one, but maybe I'm just getting tired. Okay. Angels of Death, which is also known as yeah, it's definitely my anime list that's struggling. Oh. Satsuriku no Tenshi. 502 Bad Gateway. Uh-oh. Is this going to be a natural end to the video? I only wanted to do 2 more. The opening theme, first off, I know that the ending theme is tremendous. The ending theme is absolutely going to be top tier. Opening theme, I don't remember too much. This one we watched, it was while we were living here. So I want to say 2018, maybe 2019. We were watching this one and How Not to Summon a Demon Lord. We would get Chinese food and watch them together, and I really liked that. Neither of them ended up being... I ended up watching through all of them, but I think I watched them with Amelia, and Amelia didn't really care for Rachel's dead girl sort of like lack of emotion. Okay. Where was I? Vital by Masaki Endo is the name of the show. But yeah, anyway, we watched it. This one was weird because like it's 16 episodes, so only like the first 12 I think aired on TV, and then the remaining 4, it was either some split there with like 12 and 4 or 13 and 3, but like the last set of episodes were technically like online only. Like they just sort of like laid out the show wrong. It's also definitely like the show very much felt like this is a video game that was turned into a show, or adapted into an anime. Like the way that they approached kind of the problems in the story was very much like it was a puzzle game, like a point and click sort of thing. Anyway, Angels of Death. Opening OP creditless. 7 years ago. Oh boy. Well, we've got one from Crunchyroll, which again might be our go-to. There's one that's not from Crunchyroll, but it's got the anime in like a picture-in-picture sort of situation. So I think we got to default to the Crunchyroll one. There's also one from Crunchyroll France. I don't know why they didn't coordinate there, but this is fine. Let's just do this one. Why is the video so quiet? Okay. This is like a heavy rock song. The opening riff was very like discordant. I didn't really like that. There's such a small cast of characters in this one also. Like, we're 30 seconds in and we've seen all the characters in the entire show. The visuals aren't, I don't know. It doesn't really feel like there's anything groundbreaking about this. Like, there's that sort of like discordant sound again. This anime is definitely saved by the fact that the ending theme is tremendous, because the opening theme is like, it's fine. I guess I enjoyed it. Did I enjoy it more than Only My Railgun? I really don't think I did. With by Minami Kuribayashi. No, I think it's even lower than that. Is it even lower than the Crossing Time one? Is it lower than Happy Material Go? No, I think it's here. Weirdly disappointing. Alright, we'll finish off now. Nearing a 3-hour recording, but that's fine. With Golden Time. Golden Time is another that's in my top 10. I believe it's number 5. I watched this one in 2013, I believe. I was still working... No. 2014. Because I believe I had switched to the day shift by this point. I remember, since I was the one who entered in all the class schedules into Outlook, I was able to reserve one of the auditoriums on campus that did not have a class in it, and I reserved it for my lunch break so that I could watch the finale. I think it's the only time I have ever watched an anime while it was simulcast. So as it was airing. That's what those words mean. Both the opening themes, I believe, are sung by Yui Horie, who appears in other anime as the singer for other themes that will be on this list. Golden Time. I watched it because I had just watched Toradora, and I really enjoyed it. And I believe Golden Time is the same original creator. All right. Yeah. Golden Time is the name of the first one. So Golden Time by Yui Horie, and then The World's End. And The World's End is... Both of these songs are tremendous. Yui Horie also sings the ending themes as well. And both of those are also tremendous as well. This is going to be... They're all top tier. Okay. Golden Time. This is a romance lovey-dovey one. I like it a lot. Golden Time OP1. 9 years ago. That's perfect. I cut from video anime. I like this song. Thank you. That's exactly what we're looking for. The second video on the search is, of course, the Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood third opening, which is, of course, called Golden Time Lover creditless 1080p HD. But that's not even close to what we're looking for, so... It's this, like... Number one, it's so loud. It's this upbeat, like, pop that also feels like... Because of the visuals, maybe I'm thinking, like, it's got this, like, high-class sort of thing. Like, I would expect to, like... hear this in like maybe a fancier part of Tokyo. I don't know enough about Tokyo to really say where exactly that is, but Coco is just really cute. Yeah, it's almost the closest of any of the songs that I've listened to so far to like that sort of bubblegum J-pop that I really, really like, actually. The visuals also is very, like, it focuses on Coco, which is one of those deceptive things where you start to think like, oh, she's the main character, but no, it's Banri. Not that I felt tricked when I watched it, that there are other anime where I felt like, oh, I want to watch this because who appears to be the main character on the promotional material looks really cute, but then it ends up being normal boy. But this time it was fine. Yeah, so the first opening theme is really good. Second one, though, The World's End. Oh, did I not save that? Bother. Golden Time OP1. Save Golden Time OP2. Yui Horie, also. Here's one from 11 years ago. It's got some fan subs in it. That works for me. Starts with just her singing with just a little bit of like a toy piano behind her. And then just a little breath. And then just this like a high production sort of like it has this one's definitely a violin, I know that. Which violin always just makes it seem like a classier song. But also like violin like front and center, which I really like. The visuals are very similar to the first one, where it's all like Coco, but in this one she's more like not acting like cutesy lovey-dovey, more like still lovey-dovey, but also like sad. Like the feelings are getting real kind of thing. Violins also make the song sound like sadder a little bit. There's one shot of her like sitting on a stairwell, which just feels like so out of place to the rest of the visuals of the song. Yeah, Banri doesn't even appear. It's all Coco, except for this very last shot where he sits down on the bench next to her. Man, that song's really good. Okay. Both those songs were very good. But definitely, like, World's End is better than Golden Time. Of the two Golden Time themes, Golden Time is the second of the two. And they're both better than Puzzle, so let's just start us up here. Okay. I've enjoyed them more than Puzzle. I enjoyed both of them. Gotten the language wrong all the time. The whole video. Are they both more enjoyable by me than Akatsuki no Yona? Like, the World's End is for sure. But this one... I think this one pretty straightforward is gonna go here. Like, just playing Super Driver in my head real quick, and then Golden Time, and then Gurren Lagann, Soda Edo Days. Yeah, that seems right. So now we look at the World's End. This is the Hey You. Which I'm gonna give myself a second. Even though I really, really enjoyed it, I'm gonna just give myself again that 2-second refresher course. Yeah. It gets real tough because I really like all the songs at this level. Say no. Okay. And then this one, which had the name that I don't remember. Both of these, I guess, had the names I don't remember. No, this one was Hishoku no Sora. I remember that. Okay, Eternal Reality, True Blue Traveler, Joanetsu, Hishoku no Sora, and then Zero. Let's start from the top, because that might be easier. Like, I know for sure we're at least at this point. Well, I know we're at least at this point. So, okay. Zero. No. Okay. Eternal Reality. True Blue Traveler. No. Joanetsu. We're back to here. To Hishoku no Sora. It's somewhere in here. Right here. Okay. Hands off. we did a lot today. So here's where our new ranking are after another 26, so we are at a total of 52, I believe, now. If I put that like there. Why does it feel like I didn't do as many? I might have forgotten to copy one or two more. It's 25. That's why it doesn't seem like I did as many, because I didn't do as many. But, okay, so we've done 51. We've gone through 51 anime now. and 51 anime themes, and just the opening themes even, which is a 7th of my list. So that's cool. We just have to do this 12 more times. What fun. I mean, I'm having fun. And of course, I'm making art.